Okay, for this two-handed scramble, I decided to do red-white. So what we have here is centers here, and then we have this 2x1. So I saw if you did an F wide, that solves the center, and then you can solve this like half line in the back by doing R2, D. And doing that basically leaves this pair undisturbed, so it'll just be like do an R prime and then insert in the front. And then I was also tracking this edge, so second block I'd be solving around BR. So I knew doing the R wide 2 would bring this edge here with orange still on the right, and then solving this green red pair would be like R prime F, so this would be solved. So this is the solution. And then this orange white blue pair. And then what I saw next is this pair in the front, which you can solve like that, just with M moves. And then that. And then this soon I recognized these two are matching. So I just did U2 soon. And then here for LSC, I didn't do the EOLR, which I probably should have. The EOLR solution's very easy. You just do M to misoriented centers, and then solve LR edges, and then it's just M to finish. Instead, what I did is solve the arrow like this, and then solve edges into the bottom, and then just really long 4C, which is a bit unfortunate. So yeah.
Alright, so for this first scramble, I saw this pair straight away, and then I checked the white-blue first block. You can do something like that to make a square, but then the next pair is like kind of mid. So I dismissed that. Wait. Alright, I think that's right. And then I went to check this white-orange first block, and I saw that you can do F prime, D, D prime, and then these two edges are solved in relation to one another. So you just need to insert the corner. And I saw that you can do R prime, U, F prime to make this pair, and then just solve the square. And then you have this pair which you just insert in 3 moves. But while I was inspecting to like DR, I also saw that this pair would be free after the first move. So I saw that if you do R prime U and then you just insert an M here, then you have the exact same first block, but now you have a free pair. And then I should have done R prime U2 R prime, but I did R2 U prime R U prime R prime. And then you have this SBLP case where you put this edge down to pair this, and then you just insert it. So it's like that. And then during the M you pull down. And then for this CML, sorry, it's the alg I use is from this angle, and I do F reverse sexy F prime, but I should have done F sexy F prime because that gives you a good arrow. But back from this angle, I know that it's gonna flip. This is the alg. I know that it's gonna flip these two edges, and also just from experience, I know that this edge is gonna become adjacent to this edge. And then I also see that the other EOLR edge is down here, or the LR edge is down there. So then when I do the alg, these are going to be adjacent. This one's going to be oriented, which means it's going to give me, I'll just show one case that it gives, which means it gives that one case where you hold these like diagonally from each other. And then if you know the normal EO, it's M, U prime, M prime. And you're going to do something very similar, except you're going to bring the LR edge in the top across so that you're not inserting into the bottom. And then you have this good arrow, which you just insert. And then here you see that these are opposites before you do the M2. And then because they're opposites, you want to align the corners and then also track the friend edges. And now that you've aligned the corners and you know the friend edges are diagonally, you know that you have this 4C case.
Come on. So for two-handed, my solution was kind of interesting. So you have this two here, and if you got the center here, it will be a bar. This is nice. This is also nice because you can basically... I know that my solution will involve having a S move here to make the bar, and what that will do is also bring this edge here. So if I bring this edge here, this needs to be here, so that I would make this line here. So what I did was by doing a wide R prime, which does two things. Firstly, it sets up this blue center so that it can be a S prime away, and also brings this here so that this S prime will pair this up. And then this corner will end up here, so I can solve it with DRD. And then this is just going to end up back here but flipped. So, and then I solve this, and then I solve this into the back here. And then I could tell that the red-green edge was in the blind spot, so I did a wide R. Now I know it's good orientation, so I'm going to do a wide R U prime R prime. This is a antecedent case. This all opposite, so it's a Nicholas. Then for this, I did something called EOFB. So the LR edges are here and here, and this is bad. There's no good way to solve them. So instead, what I did was I treated these two as my LR edges. So I would do the regular EOLR like this, and pair them up. And what that does is it just leaves, you can insert them, and like it's LR, so similar to LR, you put them at the LR and you solve the remaining 4 pieces. In this case, like this.
Okay, for this two-handed scramble, we're doing blue-white. I see there's this corner that goes with this edge in the back, so we can do U2, R2 to pair them up. And then inserting the blue-orange pair with B prime sets up this blue-red pair to be solved with like either M prime or R wide moves. And then tracking DR. DR is just gonna do U2, R2, and however I solve this red-blue pair, it's gonna like stay down here. So I did this. Yeah, and then I saw this pair first. Solve like that, and then solve this pair with M moves. And then from here, I recognized the commutator as the front commutator because these two are opposite. Well, if you peek this way, these two are the same. And then I know the commutator doesn't change any edge orientation or edge permutation on top. So U2. And then I go straight into LSE. And I peek here at the left. And I see this is EOLR edge. And I see that this edge is blue. So this is a good arrow. I solve it like this, and then I could have canceled, but I didn't. I just did M2 instead, and then I peek here, and then I know it's this 4C.
So, this is Franz. I am here at Walkthrough Wednesdays, about to deliver you guys an amazing 8.03 singular solve. So the scrambles over there, should be in the description too. So first off, what I saw here is pretty funny. I don't think is that good of a choice, but there's this pseudo pair connected to the center. You can insert it there, but I didn't look at that because I think it was bad. So what I ended up doing here is making a line with this and this center. So I'll basically do F S prime, so F S prime at the same time, something like that. Well, I saw this will move here and remain there, so I'll just do a R right prime, and this will stay here, so I'll just do a R right prime U R2 D. So that's my first block. So solve the line, move that there, U R2 to insert it into the line, so D to finish the line. And what I saw here was DR, so I just solved it like normal, like RY to orient, U, then RY2. Then I just solved this pair first because this is in a bad spot. So I'll solve it like C-flop. So RU prime, R prime, U, R prime, U prime, R. Then U2, solve this pair, so RU prime, M2, U prime, R prime, U2, RU, R prime. So now I recognize by using these three stickers, same and these are opposites, so it'll just be a hedge, reverse, sexy, so hedge insert. Then what I saw here was I just deduced that LR will be here and here in the back. Why? It's because I saw these four edges and none of them are LR. So because this is yellow, so it cannot be LR. Also, I recognize EO by seeing these two are misorientated and this is misorientated. So therefore the last one must be in the back too. So yeah, so yellow can't be LR because you're solving with white top. And these three can't be LR because they don't have the LR color. So I just did a U M2 into good arrow. So because I'll bring these two bad edges up, it'll make 3 on top, but one of them will be unorientated here and one of them will be here orientated, so it'll just be a good arrow. So M2, U prime, M prime, U prime, M prime, U prime. Then there's some DFDB. I'll do an M2 to insert LR, but I can predict 4C from this, so I'm not sure how to explain this because it's just something in my mind tells me to, but this is matching, so this is matching, so I'll put in make this diagonal, like this, diagonal to it. It goes and these are adjacent, so yeah. So M2, U prime, M, U2, and yeah. Sorry if I explained 4C very poorly, but that's my best attempt. Thank you guys.
Alright, so for this OH solve, I didn't find much. It's like kind of a mid-scramble. I only looked at one first block, and it's a very basic first block. I just inserted one piece at a time. So I see that there's this pseudo pair, And with this pseudo pair, I know I can make a line here and then a line here, and then it'll be one move on for first block. So I just inserted each piece one at a time. I first made this line by inserting this edge. It's back here, and I did R prime U F prime, and then this edge is now here, and you can insert that with wide R prime U prime wide R. This corner's down here, so you can just insert that like so, and then D. And then I saw that the DR edge was here, so you just insert it with U prime R2. And then I first saw this pair, and I did that with, I paired it up with RU moves with U2 RU R prime, and then just insert it. And then you have this SBLP case. It's like kind of mid. I just did RU prime R prime to bring this one, the corner into the top, and then you can make the pair with U prime M2, and then you just insert the edges. And then this CMLL is really good because EOLR prediction is super easy. Everything is going to stay the exact same. The only thing that's going to change is like the edge positions related to the corners. So like there won't be this bar, it'll be like adjacent to one of the corners. So you just do the EOLR, which it's back soon and then front soon. And then while I was doing the last R prime, I saw that these two were opposite, which means I can just insert, like I can just do the arrow and it'll be LR solved. And then you have this 3 mover.
The scramble we're doing green yellow. R prime sets up this pair to be paired with M moves, and then solving it in the back leaves this pair undisturbed, which can be solved 2-gen and then inserted with F prime. Tracking DR, the only thing that moves it will be D to insert this back pair, and then F prime to insert this front pair, and it'll be solved here. So this DR is here. Now what I should have done is pair it like this, but in the solve I did this. So solve the edge and then solve this 2-gen, but I should have just paired it up with M moves. Then this last pair is just M prime and the pair in the back. And then here I peek to the left to see it's anti-Nicholas. And then this 2-2 I did this to solve arrow, and then solve it like that. And then I see I have this special case, so I'm gonna solve this blue LR in the back, and then solve this case like this to solve LR, and then 4C.
So for this one-handed solve, I did this red-white FB, and how you can picture this is you have this edge which you can bring down here like this already made pair that can be inserted with RF2, and then this corner here. So how you connect all of them up is by doing you can do an R move and then FR prime, like a wide R move then FR prime. This is preserved, it goes here, so it'll just be inserted with the F prime. This edge will come down here, this corner will go here and here, so then you can be paired with the D and then just the F prime to finish. This will end up just up here, so like that, and then I insert this. Now you have this pair and then this pair, Then I recognize the CML case, it's a T case, and these two are opposite, these two are opposite. So it's a bad case, it goes like this. And then I have EOLR, so I have a 1-1 case, the LR edges are here and here. So how you can manipulate the EO solution to solve LR here is by doing this. And I can tell before that since this is coming here, these two are going to be opposites, so I'm going to have to do another U prime after solving the EOLR to inserting the LR. So like this, U prime. And I can tell these two are opposites, so these will be here. So how I'm going to have to solve this is MU to M prime, U to M2. Like that.
For this OH scramble, it's pretty obvious we're doing blue-yellow block. We have this first square already made. And then this blue-red pair, I can solve by doing like U, R wide, and then doing it in the back with like M moves and stuff. So that's pretty easy. So I'm track DR and try to look for second square. So I know solving this pair in the back won't really do anything until the B prime that solves the first block. So DR will be oriented in the top layer. And then I wasn't tracking this corner very well, but I knew if I did R wide to set this up instead of just R, this edge would be an DF. So it'd be easier to track this corner while I'm solving. So we have this, solve like that, and then solve DR. And then as I'm solving DR, I look at this corner and then bring it out like that. And then insert with wide moves. And then for this pair, I just brought the corner in the back and then solved with M moves. And then from here, I recognize this is Nicholas because these two match. And I know EO and EP will stay the same. So I know that this is going to be my arrow. So I solve arrow like this. And then U2. And then 4C.
Okay. Hello, this is Franz. I am going to do a one-handed walkthrough solve for Walkthrough Wednesdays. Today I got a 9.29, which is not too bad, I guess. So what I saw here was this block, this pair connected to the block center. I could have also done blue yellow too, but this seemed bad, so I just ignored it. So yeah, I saw you can connect this to here like this with an R prime, and you can solve this edge with R prime F2. Then all you need to do after that is D, U2, RY2, D prime. So you basically have this block here, then you do U2, then bring this here, then you do R2. And at the same time, I am pretty sure this DR edge is just going to be opposite of the FB, so it will be here also. So it will be inserted along with this pair. So basically, I'll just do the moves I planned. R prime F2, D, U2, now you see here, RY2, D prime, and it's solved. So next I did these two with U prime, R prime, then I'll insert it in the back. So I just used this slot as to solve this pair. You could have done it like that too, but I don't really like spamming moves in SP, so I just try to keep it more C-foppy somewhat. Then I'll just insert in the back like R, I prime, U prime, R, and while I solve that, I saw this, so I'll just, there's like, okay, you can do this, but R, Y, I never really thought about that, so I'll just do U prime, M, U, M prime, then R, Y, U, R, Y prime. Then I got Nicholas because these two stickers are the same and this is opposite. So it's basically anti-suit Nicholas. So I'll do this out. So it's sledge, then insert. Then what I recognize here is I got arrow on top, but the bad edge is in the back because this isn't bad. So I'll just do U2. Oh, also, while looking at this, I can pretty much deduce that the two bad edges are this and the one in the back, so the two at the back, because none of these have the LR colors. So basically we'll have we'll just do an arrow trigger into LR, which is still pretty efficient because okay, you'll see. So once I do U2, I saw this will be the same color, which means that this will be the same color because, okay, you flip it around. If you solve arrow like that, solve it like that. Because this is green and there's no other green yellow piece on the cube. So the only other LR edge is the blue and yellow, which will be in the back. So I'll just solve arrow like that, then go into solving this, which is pretty good arrow case. Then U prime M2 for C-skip. So that's my 9.29 or 100 single for Walkthrough Wednesdays. Hope you enjoyed.